Well, hello everyone, Texie88 here, and welcome to another review. Sorry, hang on, wrong train of thought. Hello everyone, Texie88 here, and welcome to my first ever live stream. Hope you're all keeping well on this evening, 1st of November 2020. The audio level's okay. Does the music need turning down? Do I need turning up? I haven't really touched any of the settings from my tester yesterday, so hopefully you can still hear me okay. Excellent, thanks Pete. Really appreciate the feedback. So for those not in the know, Space Crusade is a game released by Gremlin Graphics in 1992, and it's based on the 1990 Milton Bradley board game of the same name. Hello 8-Bit Rach, lovely to have you on board. Hi Big Juffer, hi Mike ZT, or Mike ZT depending on how you look at it. Here in the UK it's Z, sorry, so if you hear Z from one of us Brits, that's why. Hi, the Avocet Paneer, welcome on board. Thanks Yellow Belly, much appreciated. I'm nervous enough as it is. Hi Johnny B. Right. I think that's every. Hi, the classics are ace. Right, I think that's everyone. Yes, I like Fire Effect as well. I can't remember whether it was actually in the 48K version that I reviewed or not. Hi, John Gage. Yeah. So I'm just really glad I managed to get the 128K version of this to work. I had to switch to a different piece of software to do it, but at least it won't be deathly silent like the 48K version that I reviewed will be. So without further ado, let's get a mission started. So this is where I select my Marine faction. As you can see, hopefully it'll come up on the screen before too long. I'm picking the Imperial Fists. Now setup is where I get to determine what kind of gear that I take on board. Now there are five members of Marines in the chapter. One's a commander, the other four are basic Marines. So do I, Yellow Belly, and I got both the expansions as well. It's a great board game. So this gives the commander a good hand-to-hand combat weapon with a little bit of firepower. The heavy bolter gives him much better firepower, but his hand-to-hand abilities won't be any better than those of the other four Marines. This one, which I'm going to be the one I pick, will give him no firepower at all, but will give him two fearsome hand-to-hand combat weapons. It's the Power Sword and Power Glove. Now I just need to select some equipment to. I'm just arming one of the weapons I intend to use with a targeter. That'll enable me to re-roll a die if I'm not happy with the first result, but I can only do that once. I'll put a targeter on another heavy weapon. Plasma gun, I think. I think I'm all set to arm my regular Marines now. Right. Now, as you can see up here, these two weapons have targeters against them, like I just explained. And the actual weapon outlay is shown right here. But with my four main Marines, I can just pick one and arm accordingly. At least one has to have this light weapon, which is known as a bolter. This is the assault cannon, the missile launcher, and the plasma gun. Hi, 80s retro gamer. No, yes, you are correct. Yellow Belly had work commitments, so he had to pull out for tonight. So I thought I'd fill the voids that he just for tonight that he would otherwise have left. Hi, 25 Klansmen. Right, that's me done. Now I select a mission. I'll just, for simplicity's sake, I'll just stick with the seek and destroy that you saw in the main, in the review that I did, which is seek and destroy. Oh, hi, Johnny B. It's based on the 1990 board game of the same name. This computer version and the others like it came out 2 years later. I mainly picked the Spectrum version because it runs faster than the other two 8-bit versions I've reviewed. The CPC version's a little bit slower than this, and the Commodore 64 version, God, that's slow as hell. So, seek and destroy Dreadnought. The aliens have blocked some corridors with rubble. Clear rubble with weapon hit of 1 or above. The minimum score required to win this mission is 80 points. Hardy, Pete. Yes, I'm. In this game, it's down to a lot of luck. This Space Crusade can get incredibly brutal. And here we go. So I'll move my commander first. I'll just select the move option. All the squares I can move to are in the lighter floor color. All this black area is outside of my movement range. I can only move 6. Norcross. Now, normally those carrying weapons other than bolters would only have been able to move 4 spaces, but one of the four equipment cards that I picked means that I can move them 6 spaces as if they had bolters. So that's a big plus. Yeah, I'm not too bad actually, Rach. I just did a little bit to unwind, then I turned in for the night not long after you did. Anyone who's familiar with the original board game will also know that that there are 2 different types of dice in this, and there are light weapons. Each light weapons die is numbered 0000012, while the heavy weapons dice are numbered 000123. The bolter uses 2 light weapons dice, and the other main marine weapons use 2 heavy weapons dice. I'm going to scan. That little bloop, just because see here on this map there are some blips there. I can actually scroll over to them on this map. That's there. They just look like blips at the moment because none of my Marines have line of sight to them, so they don't know what they actually are at the moment. I can't do anything more now. There's nothing to fire at, and I've all 5 of my team have moved. So I'm ending my turn with this icon here. If there are other Marine players, then it would simply advance to the next Marine faction. Now I've got 39 goes left to complete my mission. Oh, great. So that particular Marine has just been hit with the out of ammo. That basically means that to whatever weapon he had, he's now going to be lumbered with just a bolter. See, his weapon's been replaced with a bolter. You can see in the top right corner. Bridge building simulator. Right. In case you're wondering what these purple spots here are, the commander has 6 life points, and each time he takes damage, he loses life points. All the others only have 1. Hence the reason they only have 1 here. So if they're fired at and the roll is more than 2, then the Marine player will die, and if they lose by even just 1 in hand-to-hand combat, they will also die. Ooh, there's a blip there. Ah, they're just rocks. Now I just have to roll more than 0 to take out this rock here. So I'm going to do hand-to-hand combat on this rock here. Yeah, I think I just slightly beat the 0 there. And it goes into that 3D isometric view for action. Hi, Ukla. Hope you're well, buddy. So move this one into the fray. Move him there, I think. No, I'm gonna fire to one of those other rocks with a bolter, even though I don't particularly need to. You'll see that the dice will be a different colour. That's because the bolter, as I explained, uses light weapons dice instead of the heavy weapons dice, which are which have red numbers. See, they're green, and I got 0, so I didn't even scratch that rock. Ooh, there's something there. But I'm not going to know what it is until I've gone in that room because the door's in the way. But I'm going to position this guy here. Now I'm just going to see what that is. Chaos Marine. They have an armor value of 2. And the way the plasma gun works is you have to fire in any of the 8 main directions, and anything along its path will be hit by whatever I roll. So you can actually take out multiple enemies that are lined up in this way. So as long as I roll more than 2, this Chaos Marine will be eliminated. Yeah, Bye bye. Is this like a D&D? Not exactly. It is based on a board game that is whose license is owned by Games Workshop, though. Now I'm going to use the missile launcher. Now the way the missile launcher works, for anyone who didn't catch my review, is that I fire at a specific square. The square is hit by the total of both of the dice I roll, whereas the squares surrounding it will be hit by the highest of the two. So I'm going to fire at that square. Oh, it's not going to let. It didn't let me fire at the square I was intending to fire because I don't have line of sight to it because the other rock to the left of it is in the way. Because I've got that targeter, I can re-roll one die, so I'm going to re-roll this 0. So all 3 of those rocks are going to blow up. Remember, the square I aimed at was hit by the total of both dice. The squares surrounding it were hit by the highest of the dice, which in this case was 3. Ah, this guy, Stevens, hasn't moved yet. Actually, I think I'm moving him over here since he's lost his heavy weapon. Ooh, Klansman, that sounds a bit worrying. Hope there's nothing too serious. Well, I've just ended my turn because everyone's moved now. 25 Klansmen. Did Space Crusade come out on the Amiga? Yes, it did. I did try and do that and would have done that version, but I just couldn't get the second disc to work, so I just had to stick with one of the 8-bit ones that I knew worked. Otherwise, I would have happily done that particular version. Ooh, no event hampered me that time. Going to scan to see if there's anything in there. Nothing. So I can go in here without being harangued by any of the enemies. Yeah, Clania. As I said earlier, I picked the Spectral one because it runs faster than the others. The Amstrad CPC version is a little bit slower than this, and the Commodore 64 version is painful to watch when it comes to the characters walking about. And if you look at this icon here, you can actually get it so that you can actually watch even just the movement going out in that isometric view. I'll show you what that's like. There you go. Does look a bit more interesting. I think I'm going to turn it off because it's a bit slower. May as well try hand to hand. I can't actually lose to a rock. Nah, nothing. You have to roll more than 0 to destroy a rock. Or at the very least, you have to roll... In case of hand to hand against anything other than rocks, you have to simply roll more than they do. I think everyone's moved now. Yeah, he's moved because the movement icon's dark. Roberts has moved. Norcross has moved. Where's that other guy? Ah, there he is. Ah, he hasn't moved yet. Right, everyone's done everything now. They've got nothing to fire at now. 37 turns remaining. Another case of the no alien event. Scan first. Nothing, so there's nothing in this room. Now remove Stevens. Here's the one that had the assault cannon, but it got turned into a bolter with the aliens out of ammo event card. Oh, what am I doing? I just fired an empty space. Silly, what's it? I'll just click over here on the map to where these other two are. There's my commander. Actually, no, I won't go over there because those other three are going to be going over there in a moment. So, ooh, there's something there. And that is an android. Unless you're using a commander, you really don't want to go hand to hand with an android because they roll 2 heavy weapons dice. I mean, luckily my commander is armed with the power sword and power glove, which is 2 heavy light and 2 light weapons dice, so more likely to win against an android. I rolled 2. Oh, he rolled 3, so my commander's lost a life point because the android rolled 1 more than my commander. My commander lost 1 life point, so now he can now take 5. He lose 5 more life points before he's totally eliminated. Luckily, androids can only move 4 spaces, and my characters can all move 6, so that's something. I have to roll more than 2 to, I believe, to defeat an android, and that was only 1, so that was no good. That's everyone moved now, so end my turn. Ah, That's I rolled more than the android that time, so he died. Well, it died. It's an android. Right, that was the only enemy they had on screen, so it's my turn again. Oh, yeah, of course, my commander's already attacked, so he can't actually... Oh, no, I haven't actually selected him yet. Duh. Oh. Mike ZT, what's the aim of this mission? I have to find and destroy a specific enemy called a dreadnought. If you've seen Robocop, it's similar in shape to the Ed 209 robot in that. It's a pretty powerful thing, and it's got multiple weapons and has hand-to-hand combat capabilities that equal that of my commander with his current weapon selection. That's how dangerous it is. I never actually had the chance to play the Settlers. I heard a lot about it. It was just one of those that I didn't have and no one I knew seemed to have. The enemy player didn't do anything, but it's probably because I've got no enemies. So can you pick up more powerful weapons as you go along? I don't believe so. You might occasionally, but what you can do at the start of the game is you can pick 4 equipment cards. 2 of the equipment cards I picked were 2 targeters for 2 of the specific weapons. Although unfortunately, I lost one of those 2 weapons earlier in this mission. Which is why for the man who's carrying the plasma gun, I can actually re-roll 1 die if I'm not happy with the result of one of the 2 dice in question. Oh yeah. Hi FC Den Haag. Oh, I think I'll open this door. No visible blips anywhere in that room to the door I've just opened. So either there's nothing in that room or there may be something just tucked around the side that can't be seen from here. Let's do a scan. Ah, not in that room, but there's something there. Just don't know what yet. still a blip. So that means that this person can't actually get line of sight to that, but they will in a moment. So I still don't know what enemy that actually is. I know it's not a rock because it moved. Oh gosh! Oh no! Those slight beeps were more things coming into view, so there were actually some other things that were not visible at the time, which were just out of scanning range from that previous go. Gretchen, they're the weakest things and the easiest things to destroy. You just have to roll more than 0 to destroy them with a gun. Chaos Marine. Oh, that's a Chaos Marine armed with a heavy bolter. You may remember that heavy bolter was one of the options I could have. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. 2 of them armed with heavy bolters. That's 2 red dice. I'd better try and take out those 2. So what I'm going to do is, hi Anapocalypse Zero. So I'm going to try and fire at this space and hope that the number of the highest die is more than 2. Oh! But I've got this targeter, so I can re-roll 1 die. I just got to hope it's a 3, otherwise I'm not even going to scratch those guys. Oh! Like I said, Space Crusade can get incredibly brutal at times, and those dice rolls like that are exactly why. Oh, I might be able to get them with if I put them. Right, I'm going to try and fire at both of those now. Yep, they're, as you can see, that both of those Chaos Marines are in one of my firing directions. Now all I've got to do is fire more than 2 with the roll of the dice, and both of those will die. Ooh, just got to try and get 1 or more with this. No! That was exactly 2. It has to be more than 2. I'll move this guy here. I don't fancy my chance of taking those on with his bolter. Bolters are pretty cruddy weapons in this. More rocks. Funny enough, there were never any rocks like that in the original board game. Oh god, what have we got here? Chaos Marine. That will be armed with a bolter. It's always a bolter unless marked otherwise. Gretchen. I'm not too concerned about them, especially not with the commander. So that's that one moved. Yeah. Yes, and sometimes sometimes our accents, particularly even those of Ireland and Northern England and Scotland, sometimes the accents can be quite broad, and it can be hard to. It's only because a lot of us are used to them, but I do understand it can sometimes be hard to understand. Can I shoot at those rocks? I can shoot at that one. Not that I particularly need to, but there you go. Yeah, 1, that's enough to destroy it. Whereabouts you from, Texie? Oxford originally. Oh, there's 3 things in that room down there. I'm starting to wish I hadn't scanned just then. Never mind. 33 turns to find and destroy the dreadnought and then get back. Mech assault. Oh no. I just got to hope there aren't any androids about, because they'll be able to do something more dangerous. 0, 2. So I rolled more than them in hand-to-hand, so that they lost. 1. That's not enough. It has to be more than 2 to defeat my soldiers. He's gonna die. That's 3. One of my Marines is dead. And that was 2. It has to be more than 2. I can't understand people in the next town to me sometimes. Oh my goodness, I'm getting completely surrounded. One, 2, they lose. Bye bye. 2. Right, my turn again now. As you can see, one of these has turned into a skull, because during that last turn, one of the others fired and rolled enough to defeat one of my Marines. So I am a man down. Every time you lose a Marine armed with a light weapon, you lose 5 points. Every time you lose a Marine armed with a heavy weapon or your commander, you lose 10 points. That's an orc. Lovely. I'm going to take out the orcs are more dangerous than the Gretchen, so I'll take one of them out and relieve some of the pressure on this man who's armed with only with a bolter. Four, they're not gonna beat that. They would have had to. The orc would have had to have rolled more than 4 to lose to that, but that's not possible with 2 light weapons dice, which is what an orc rolls in hand-to-hand combat. Two, that's enough. I only have to roll more than 1. God, killing something with a bolter is quite an achievement in this. Right. Got to think about this. Firstly, I've got to move away from them. Oh god, I've just discovered something in that room to the right of me. What is it? Oh, it's a Gretchen. No, that's not too... Gretchens aren't particularly strong, but they can move 8 spaces. Now I'm going to try aiming at this square here and hope that I roll a 3 or more with the highest weapon. Oh no. Highest die, I mean. Oh! That's not good. I'll try and destroy one of these with a bolter, but doing it with a bolter is exceptionally rare. Make some warm cocoa milk with cream. That sounds really delicious, FC Den Haag. Oh, naught. I think I'm going to get that guy out of there. I can see that. See those two becoming a problem. "32 turns remaining." Ah, secondary mission. Message reads, "Destroy lone android on board." Well, I've actually already done that because the commander defeated it earlier, so I've already succeeded in that particular secondary mission. So if I manage to get everyone back to that docking claw where I started, especially the commander, I'll get 15 points just for that. Naught versus 1. He dies. 1, that's not enough. 1, not enough. 1, that's not enough either. 2, not enough. It has to be more than 2. No. Naught. No. Oh, hi, Retro Engine. Looking good, Texie, thanks. I'm the master of talking utter rubbish. I bet you don't stammer half as much as I do whenever... I'm surprised I'm not stammering more in this. I mean, this is totally live and my reviews are... Goodness knows. Right, my turn now. Oh my goodness. It's kind of a shame that the Chaos Marines aren't slightly different colour because my Marines are yellow and so are theirs. I kind of wish they could have picked a... You can, on the spectrum, you can actually have a brighter shade of each colour except black. Hi, Mike ZT. Basically, any enemy that's not yellow is definitely not mine. So as you can see with Roberts here, he's the same colour as these two, and if you actually click on them, you can actually see their Chaos Marines. I'll just explain it. It's just a shame they didn't pick a the other shade of yellow to differentiate them. There is a limited amount of FC Den Haag. You could consider it a very early turn-based RPG. This game. There is actually one that I reviewed very recently, which is even earlier than this. This game's from this computer game is from 1992, but I reviewed a game called Chaos, which is from 1985. That's a turn-based RPG. It's similar vein to this, although it's Ookla. I had the demo on the Amiga, really liked it. I didn't, but my friend did. I really liked that as well. It's just unfortunate I couldn't get the Amiga version to work. Otherwise, I would have happily done that version tonight. Right. Please roll 3 or more, please. Yes! They're all gonna die. The square I aimed at was hit with all 4 of the dice rolls, and the squares surrounding it were hit with the highest of the 2 dice, which was 3. So that was enough to defeat absolutely every last one of those enemies. I can get this guy back into the fray now. Now I've killed all those enemies that were in that room. He's out of danger. I scrolled down a bit too far. Yeah, the keyboard controls in this are Z and X for left and right, K and M for up and down, and space for fire. Unfortunately, they're not redefinable, and they didn't have mice with the Spectrum as far as I know, so this was the only way they could do it. The aforementioned Amiga version, you could control with the mouse. I'll try shooting at this Gretchen. Oh, it's so easy to roll naught with a blooming bolter. Yeah, Texie finds loads to talk about, and I keep repeating half the time when I do live plays. Well, if it's been a while since I last explained something, then I might repeat again in case there was someone who has only just joined who missed when I said it earlier. Oh, gosh. Now that there is my mission objective, the Dreadnought. That is what I must destroy. Right, I'm going to go hand to hand with this Gretchen. 1, 1. So because we both rolled the same, no one loses and no one dies. Love that static effect, such a small thing but adds no end to it. Oh yeah, oh that, yes, I know what you mean. It's when programmers put in little touches like that that you genuinely see that they genuinely care about the product they're programming. I mean, it's something that didn't have to be in, but was put in anyway because someone actually cared about making a good product. So yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with that, Retro. Have I moved this guy? Yes, I have. I've done everyone, I think. Psychic attack. Oh, I won't be able to do anything with that guy. 2, not enough. 0, not enough. 0, not enough. The Dreadnought has 3 guns, 2 heavy weapons, bolters, and it's got hand-to-hand combat capability. Oh gosh, 3. No, darn it. Oh, dash. I've lost another Marine. Because the attacker rolled 3 and I only rolled 2, because he rolled higher than me, I died. So I've now only got 3 members in my Marine chapter. You're doing great, Texie, very detailed, explaining what you're doing. It's actually not too bad. Luckily, Spectrum Computing had access to the manual, so I was able to do a refresher of what various things were like. Plus, I have experience with the original board game, but I also try and explain a little bit to what's going on, so people won't think what the beep. Because I mean, It's not difficult to learn, but it can. Did I grow up with the Spectrum? That was my first computer of note. So yes. Oh god, FC, yeah. He was laughing for ages after he opened that box. You just knew it was Bridget, 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 Bridget. Yeah, that was priceless. Yeah. You may notice that one unfortunate aspect of this is that my marine, the blobs that on this map here that represent my marine players are the same colour as the walls. For those unfamiliar with the Spectrum, it has an attribute limitation that means that each 8 pixel by 8 pixel character square can only contain one foreground colour and one background colour. Oh, good night, Big Juffer. So if a third colour tries to enter into the mix, there will be some compromise and one colour will change to one of the other 2 colours. So that's why a lot of the time the things are in monochrome, especially in the 3D isometric viewpoints for attacks done in this game. God, can you imagine the attribute clash that would have been very prominent had they used more colours? $30 goes left. Yeah, I rolled more than him, so he died. Naught. Not enough. You have to get more than 2. Yeah, another thing about the Dreadnought is that it has, I believe, 3 life points. A bit like my commander had 6 life points, but now only has 5 due to that blow he took earlier. Every time you cause damage to the Dreadnought, it loses one of its 2 heavy weapons. So once its 2 heavy weapons gone, it will only be able to fire with its bolters. The Dreadnought can only move 4 spaces, so at least all of my Marine players can move faster than it. So a top tip for this game is to roll higher than the enemy. Great tip if it works, but particularly if you're using light weapons dice, that's much easier said than done. Ah. 3, 4, 7 versus 2, no chance. Bye bye. I rolled 7, he rolled 2, so no chance. There's no way that 2 red dice can equate to 7. 6 is the absolute maximum, so he would have died no matter what. Oh god, John, you're still having problems with trolls? Stevens. I can take out a Gretchen with a bolter as long as I roll more than 0. It's just within line of sight. Yes, 2, that's enough. That black pudding's black. Even the white bits are black. What do you like? Hi, VVC0W. Hope you're keeping well. I think everyone's moved. 29 turns remaining. Gretchen, and there's another Gretchen in the back of that room. They're not too bad. And another Gretchen. 2, not enough. It has to be more than 2. Oh. Naught. No. Oh no. 3. He's going to die. Oh no, that's the commander. He didn't die, but because he rolled as I said earlier, the commander has health points. You must have been relieved that there were no trolls on your stream, John. Last night. I can't imagine how frustrating it must be for you every time you get those people coming on board and basically creating Mary hell. I feel for you I feel for anyone who does these streams and gets trolled. There's just no need for it. Dice, that is exceptionally rare. Right, my turn again. MOH, as in Medal of Honor. MOH, is that what you're on about? MOH, or am I completely barking up the wrong tree? Pubic lice, indeed they are, Ukla. Just absolute. Yeah, that they are, John. I know there's some bored people out there, but taking their frustrations out on other people is just not on. Oh, I can actually get in that room and have a pop at that dreadnought. Oh no, I can't. It's not quite in range. So you notice that my commander now only has 4 health points because of that blow he took from that shot earlier where they rolled 3. I've played a version of Medal of Honor on the Xbox 360. Wouldn't say I was hugely impressed with it. It just seemed like a Call of Duty clone to me. And there was 5 versus 0. That Gretchen's toast. Yeah, I don't mind my commander having go dreadnought. My commander's hand-to-hand combat abilities are just as good as that of the dreadnought, thanks to the weapons I armed him with at the very start of the game. Oh yeah, John, I remember you saying you're having trouble with people invading your Quiplash streams. God, I hope that doesn't mean you got hacked or anything like that. I'm hoping not, for your sake, of course. Could be that, Ukla, but some people just have an axe to grind, and they just take their frustrations out on other people because they're too far up their own bums to realise that they're the ones with the problem. And some people just think that the whole world owes them a favour. Yeah, dream on, mate. Medal of Honor and Call of Duty are great, much better than Battlefield. I might have said that, but I prefer the fact that you can actually destroy the environment in Battlefield. I mean, it seems a bit strange when you fire a bazooka at a building and it doesn't even so much as scrape it, whereas in Battlefield it would just take it, it would just damage it, and in some cases it'd be enough to take it down to the ground after it'd taken enough punishment, which basically means that even two battles on the same map could potentially never be the same twice. And of course in Battlefield you have to worry about bullet drop, particularly with sniping. Right. I think I've moved everyone now. Yeah, I have. 28 turns remaining to defeat this dreadnought and get back to the 3. Damn it, he's going to die. Because that was more than 2. That was just... The booby trap is a missile launcher on any square. Oh no, I've only got 2 people left. Missile launcher. Oh no, he's going to lose another life point. 1. That was the dreadnought using its missile launcher and then one of its bolters. A Gretchen, you're seriously going to try and do hand-to-hand combat with... Gretchens only roll 1 light weapons die with hand-to-hand combat. At least you can't lose any money. Just a shame that when you do actually win money in those fruit machine games, it's not quite so much fun because there's no real money involved. Hello Anna, welcome back. A complete nutcase that trolls my Quiplash streams because anyone can come on the game if it's live, blocked or not. That's nice. Said no one ever. I've just used my order. I can actually now move twice for this turn only. At the start of the game, you can pick 1 order card that can be used once during any mission. I'm going to go to this square here because I can't attack hand-to-hand diagonally. I wouldn't have been able to attack the dreadnought from where I was. 5, so I haven't damaged it, and it hasn't damaged me. You meet lovely people online sometimes. Yeah. You just never know who you're going to get. I think I'll go over here and take out those 2 with my missile launcher. There's no limit to range on any of the weapons, not even the bolters, but there is a line of sight element. Can you see that there's black squares there? I don't have line of sight to those with this Marine who I'm going to fire with because they're blocked out of sight because of these 2. I'm going to fire at that one. Yeah, they're both going to die no matter what happens. I may as well re-roll that. Yeah, 6. So as you can see, now I've only got 2 people left in my Marine chapter. This guy and my commander, and I can move twice because of that order card I played. can't fire twice, but I can move twice. I'm just going to pop him outside so the dreadnought can't shoot me with its heavy weapons. Excuse me if I'm wrong, but isn't this retro virtual machine? Yes, it is. I couldn't get this 128k Spectrum version to work in Fuse. It just crashed in that. So because Retro Virtual Machine 2 in this case can handle both the Amstrad and Spectrum in terms of emulation, I just, oh damn it, my commander's just lost 2 life points. So now my commander only has 2 life points left. Oh dear me. If I get out of this, it'll be a miracle. Naught. No, neither of us have been harmed, thank goodness. One, not enough. Right, my turn again. Oh, darn it, those Gretchens have blocked me. I can't go back in and have another pop at the dreadnought. Oh well, may as well have a go at taking out this orc. I'm going for the orc. It's a great game. It's better than it looks, FC Den Haag. I mean, see, my commander's now only got 1 health point. If he takes 1 more knock, he's gone. I've only got 2 people left. One. Yeah, that's enough to kill that. I've lost count of how many Fruit Machine games there must have been on the computers. I mean, it's even possible to do simple ones in BASIC that... Bye-bye. It's like you stood a chance against me. So you can win more than 10 pence. Well, I guess 10 pence would have been more than a little back when those games came out. Right, back to me again. And now, thanks to that Gretchen actually getting his bum out the way, I can have another pop at the dreadnought. Yeah. For the original board game, Anna, there was actually one of the 2 expansion packs was Mission Dreadnought, and there were heavier versions which carried even more weapons, heavy weapons, than this particular version does. Four, 5, damn it! He's blown me up. My commander just lost his last health point. I've only got this guy left now. I've only got Roberts, and I very much doubt I'm going to win with him because he's only got 1 health point. Is this a Warhammer game or something? Sort of. It's connected to Games Workshop, whom I believe are linked to Warhammer. Yeah. I remember winning a tenner on a machine in a pub and this guy was gutted. He must put at least £30 in. Oh my goodness. One of the original Game Workshop games, this, and Hero Quest. Yeah, both of those were brought out by Milton Bradley, aka MB Games. At least here in the UK. I believe it was said has. Yes, it was retro. This particular computerized version, the other formats came out in 1992. The board game itself came out in 1990. It went on to be Space Hulk with Gene Stealers. There are actually Gene Stealers in Space Crusade as well, although in this computerized version, for some reason, they got renamed Soul Suckers. But in essence, they are exactly the same thing. They move 8 squares, can't fire, and throw 2 heavy weapons dice as hand-to-hand combat. Here we go. With my lone soldier. Oh dear. I feel like I really am sending a lamb to the slaughter with this. All those rocks are gone. Yes, for FC, yeah, I don't know why the Gene Stealers from the original board game of Space Crusade became Soul Suckers in all the computer versions. It just seemed a bit pointless to me. Apart from the name, they behave in exactly the same way and have exactly the same capabilities. 1, thank God. Well, he can't attack me because he's already shot at me. Oh dear me, I'm really not looking forward to this. I've only got 1 man left. Roberts. Oh, that's as far as I can go. Oh God, what have I uncovered in that room below me? Chaos Commander armed with a missile launcher. Oh no. Using exactly the same weapon as I am. I'd better take him out. I can't move any further. €5,000. Congratulations. So I have to roll more than 2 to defeat this Chaos Marine. Oh God, please be a 3. Please be a 3. Yes! Can't do anything more now because that guy's the only one left. Out of ammo. Oh no! Now that guy's only going to have a bolter. I've got no chance. No, I didn't need that. I've got more chance of seeing the Virgin Mary than I have of defeating that dreadnought with a bolter. That was all various different enemies trying to shoot me and not rolling enough. Because you have to roll more than 2 in order to defeat a Marine. I won 20 quid, one had already put about 30 quid in. Well, just losing 10 quid still better than losing 30. Oh boy. Roberts may as well go out in style. Actually, I think I'm going to fire at this first, then move. Naught. Useless. Oh, why did it have to be out of ammo? Trying to take on a dreadnought with a bolter is like trying to kill a soldier with a pea shooter. Oh god, here come the unholy throng of orcs. Here we go. Ooh, I like the way the dreadnought has a heavier footstep. Naught and naught and one. Not enough. Has to. Oh dear. I'm definitely not going hand to hand with that dreadnought. It would absolutely massacre me. I'm probably going to absolutely massacre me anyway. I'm trying to take on the blooming bolter. Can't do anything more of that. That guy's the only one I've got left. Oh no. Oh, that's why that's not enough. That is. Oh no. I've been totally wiped out. You died heroically serving the Imperium. A full honor guard watches as your coffin is ceremoniously set adrift into the tranquility of space. But I did get 94 points, and it's yeah, thanks, Mike ZT. God, I knew the moment I lost my commander, I was in trouble. And even more so after that last guy lost his missile launcher. Oh, hail the Emperor! No, definitely heroically. I think this guy would have preferred dying on the toilet. So let's try something else now. What should I put on? It got just over half an hour before Mikey and Jane's stream. Again, I intend to finish this at 9:30, like I believe Yellow Belly normally does. So, just gonna look for something. So that was the 128k Spectrum version of Space Crusade. I'm just really glad I managed to get that version to work so that there was actually some sound. That's called doing an Elvis, I believe. Bear with me, I'm just trying to think of something. Had some banging tunes, but died on the bog. Thanks, Ukla. Space Crusade is a pretty fun title when you get into it. Right, so to fill in time between now and 9:30, I've put on this banger. This is the 128K Spectrum version of Chase HQ. Press enter for options. You saw him in Waitrose, you swear. You're going to hit the shower. Okay, FC. VVC, you're in for a treat. Chase HQ on the Spectrum is absolutely fantastic. It actually got voted one of, if not the best coin-op conversions on the Spectrum, and especially on the 128K version. It also got ported to the other 8-bits. Good night, FC. Define keys, gear, accelerate, brake, left, right, quit, pause, turbo. You had it on the Amiga 500. Oh, you thought it was decent? I haven't actually played it myself, but I've heard there's some really bad problems with the controls. I just love the menu fonts. Yeah, the Amiga version of Chase HQ was pretty poor considering. And that road effect just looked absolutely revolting on the Amiga. It should have been much better than it actually was. So this is Nancy giving us our mission. Yeah. Yeah, John, I was looking at Zeustaz. No, notice that speech there. As I said in my review, there's a little bit of attribute clash on the horizon when the cyan meets the yellow, but it's not enough to be a major distraction or anything like that. So I just let it fly. Probably was an Atari ST port. The Amiga was notorious for getting those at the time. That arrow was pointing to the right, so that's why I'm going right here. No, don't go off the road. Tumbleweed. Hey, Novabug, tumbleweed. Yeah. Although when I was looking at 8-Bit Rach's review of the CPC version of Chase HQ, it still looked pretty good. At least it wasn't a lazy Spectrum port, unlike the Commodore 64 version, which got absolutely butchered and was a Spectrum port and had horrible green roads and a terrible frame rate. Might need to use the nitro in a moment. Notice how that hand put the light on top of the car. Now here's the car got to ram off the road. This is one of the few games I've played on the arcade. Oh, it's great in the arcade as well. Yeah. Oh, dash. Oh, I didn't time that very well. No, I've got no nitros left. 30 seconds to take this guy down. I'd be very surprised if I managed it, if the truth be told. There's that energy meter, that damage meter on the left of the screen. I've just got to get that right to the very top before that timer in the top middle of the screen runs out. Yeah. Yeah, and Apocalypse Zero. I think one of the biggest challenges with arcade games today is that whereas back in the day the machines that people had at home were not quite as powerful as those in the arcade. Now they can match them and in some cases supersede them. That's probably what led to it being such an issue. Oh, I only have to hit him a few more times. Hi, Mikey Smith. Just finished doing a mission on Space Crusade, and now I'm doing the last half hour or so with Chase HQ. I do intend to finish at 21:30, so that you and Janie can start your planned stream. Oh. Oh, darn it. That thing, car darted off to the right just as I was about to hit it. Oh, Texie, don't do that on curves. Never mind. Hit me, Jenkins, I'm broken. No, I'm not going to do it again. I can't do it in 2 seconds. Oh. Is it really? I'd never have guessed. One more credit. Bye-bye, VV. Thanks for joining. Hopefully it's interesting for you. Oh, I managed to get the triple hit with that boost. That's a good start. more, push it more. Oh, darn that damn car. Oh, darn, that went all over the place. That's not good. Oh, I hit that other car. Oh, this is going to be tight. Oh, one more hit. One more. Come on, please. Yes! El Dorado, oh my goodness. I used to be friends with people who thought that Kathy Pitkin, who I believe who played the character Fizz, was absolutely smoking. God. Yes. We did have some very strange telly occasionally in the 1990s. Roger.
Let's go, Mr. Driver.
I love that speech in this. Nice and clear. The 48K version of Chase HQ does have a pretty good tune in the opening screen as well. Different to the one that you heard at the start of this, but still a good tune. But the sounds were different, and you didn't get any of the sampled speech. This is Special Investigation Airborne. The target vehicle has turned left up ahead. So I've got to go left when the road splits in a moment. Here we go. Left. Seem to remember seeing VG gave this something like 97%. I'm not surprised. It's a superb conversion. One of the best conversions to ever grace the Spectrum, especially this 128K version. As I said, the 48K version is still a good port. It's just it doesn't have the sampled speech, and its sound capabilities are quite limited compared to this version. %93% for the Amiga version. They must have been bribed. I mean, that version was poor compared to this. I mean, it should have been a lot better due to the Amiga's capabilities, and they butchered it. Oh, I had to bounce into one of those pillars, didn't I? Tells you in the bottom left corner how many boosts you've got left. I did have 3, but I've just used 1. Orange Lippy. Okay. Oh. Yes, I agree, John. Ocean would have probably done wonders had they had the rights to do Outrun. God, that version was so slow. I mean, it's not as slow as the CPC version, but it was still pretty poor. If you keep messing around like that. Well, if you think it's so easy, you get in this car and drive it. Oh. Nah, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to run out of time again. Oh. I tried, Ukla. Nice music on this tip. Don't crash or run out of time. I'll try and bear that in mind. Not if they must have been wrecked on Mikey's gin. Oh dear. Hi Andrew, lovely to have you on board. Yeah, it seems to have gone okay so far. I've just been playing, just finished playing a mission in Space Crusade. Now I'm doing Chase HQ. Yeah, I'll skip all that. We saw that. Oh, we must have been a right bunch of dirty stopouts being up that late on Discord last night, eh? But it was a good laugh, and I just hope that Avocet and I didn't bore you all with guitar and bass related chat. Oh. Notice how the sound dampens as you go into the tunnel. That's a nice touch as well. Oh, darn it. Oh, just got in there in the nick of time. Trouble is, I used a boost to get me within range in time. I have to admit, I haven't actually tried the conversions of the sequel to this, a Special Criminal Investigation, I believe SCI stood for in the sequel's title. In that version, as well as Rami, you can also, your partner can also pop his head out of the roof of the car and shoot. Don't think it was quite as well received as this first one, and I think some of the ports were a bit iffy in quality. Oh, 2 hits there. 3. More, push it more. Only 4 races to go, yeah. And know what to do, it's just doing it. Oh, damn it. Oh, got flung into the lamppost. Oh, come on. Yes! Did it! 8 seconds to spare with only 2 boosts to, between getting in sight of him and a few... yeah, skip all that.
Hold on, man.
Hi again, have a set. That did look like a nice guitar that he showed us on Discord last night. I hope it sounds as good as it looks. I bet it sounds really good with distortion. $11 AM. Oh, crikey. Oh, God. How many cars? Look at all these cars. Let me get past. You should think about doing some... Oh, that's lovely to say that, Klansman. Hard bit, it would be not so, in such a way it doesn't clash with all the regulars like Yellow Belly would normally be doing. I only filled this void because Yellow Belly's work commitments prevented him from being able to do it tonight. And I just thought it's better that something than nothing was going on. Not that kind of distortion, Mikey. Oh, I just got in the nick of time before that time limit ran out. Yeah, when you're about guitar speak, Mikey, the distortion is when you have that really grungy, dirty sound like you get in a lot of rock and metal. I mean, for instance, the opening guitar riff of "Sweet Child of Mine," if that was played on a guitar with a distortion effect added to it. Oh, no, you gotta love good pickups. Humbuckers, I presume. Or they single coil as well. Or maybe, I couldn't quite see whether it was single coil or humbucker pickups. It was a bit dark in your... Can't whack a bit of GNR. Well, I have to admit the album that they brought out in 2008 left me feeling a bit cold. The Shackler's Revenge and all that. None of the songs on that album particularly did anything for me. One more, come on, one more, come on. You, come on, please. No! Oh, I only did it one more time. Hi, Curtain Mark Retro Gamer. Good to see you on board. Did Space Crusader and now it's Chase HQ. Oh, stop flinging me into those concrete pillars or whatever they are. Flung me into a pillar and a car. Ooh, managed to get 3 hits with that one. That's exactly how I play this game. Time up all the time. I was so unlucky. I only needed to hit that car one more time to progress to the third bust. Yeah, I was quite lucky. I was able to pick up the Guns N' Roses album Appetite for Destruction on vinyl in HMV's 2 for £30 range. I was very lucky to get that in that range, and it's a pretty good album. But with the likes of Paradise City and Sweet Child of Mine, it couldn't really fail. Smash the hell out of the car, I did. This is Nancy at Chase HQ. We've got an emergency. A gang of Chicago pushers are fleeing towards the suburbs. The target vehicle is a German sports car. Over.
Let's go, Mr. Driver.
Let's go, Mr. Driver. Yeah, as I said, if you were playing the 48K version, you wouldn't have had that sampled speech. There simply wasn't space for that on that version. And that version, I believe, was multi-load, whereas the 128K version did the whole lot all in one load. I don't want to smack into that car. I know, no, son. Oh, damn. That wasn't very good, Texie. That's not the end. Oh, goodness. This isn't looking good already. I was doing so well trying to keep an eye on the chat as well as this, and I badly let myself down there. I'm not that bad at driving in real life, honest. The only Crazy Cars game I've ever played is the third one, and that was on the Amiga. That I quite enjoyed that one, even though the car's handling was a bit strange. Look, US Gold, a tunnel section. Now look at this, and look at that poor tunnel section that's in your version of Outrun that you released for the Spectrum, and weep. There's the sports car. Thanks, Ukla. Positive feedback like that is very encouraging, considering I've never live streamed before, and I was expecting a lot of things to go wrong, but luckily I think, but touch wood, things went with nary a hitch. I mean, I got Space Crusade to work okay, even though I was using a different emulator to the one I normally do. I mean, this is in Fuse. Ugh. Ooh. Ooh, 6 hits with 1 boost. Oh, Pete Walker going. Good night, Pete. Thanks for joining. Hope you enjoyed what you heard. Then you'll notice that the lights in the top corners of the screen are also flashing. That's also a nice touch. My can of raid for the annoying pricks and the spider people. The LA kidnapper is speeding towards the outskirts of town in a blue 2-seater. Well, a white 2-seater, because there's no way it's going to be blue without colour clash. Don't worry, Mikey. I do intend to still finish on time. Once I've once this particular this particular one is over, come rain or shine, I'll end up finishing the stream so you and Jane can get ready. Target vehicles turn right up ahead. Oh. So again, I've got to turn right at the... Oh, not that Pete. Okay. I really feel sorry for them. Thanks for joining, Mikey. Don't worry, I do intend to finish in about 5 minutes or so. So I'll be finishing at 9:30, which according to my clock is about 5 minutes from now. So thanks for your words of encouragement about being a great first stream. That really is touching, and I'm. Oh.
Your time's up.
I like the way the Perps car in this looks very different to the other cars, at least usually. Oh gosh, that's bouncing me into those pillars. Oh, that was a waste. Tip, push it more. I'll try, Johnny, I'll try. It's hard when I keep getting bounced against the pillars. Did you see remake of Dizzy 7 for ZX? No, I didn't, Mike. ZT. I didn't even know anything about it. I actually wasn't massively keen on the Dizzy games. I found them to be incredibly unfair and frustrating, and a bit spiteful. I mean, Dizzy came on the cover tape of a magazine, and that's my exposure to it. And there's one particular screen that had a bridge in it, and if you don't cross it correctly, then the bridge disappears and it never comes back, which means it's impossible to actually get over it without dying. I just thought that the bridge not coming back was incredibly spiteful, and it put me off Dizzy games for life. You had that Porsche as a Transformer toy. Oh. Oh well, I failed. Well, it's 9:28, so I think I'm going to wind up this stream, guys. I wanted to thank you all for coming on board and for supporting me in what was a pretty nerve-wracking experience. This is my first ever live stream proper, not counting the test run that I did yesterday afternoon. Thanks to those that joined that to help me set up my audio and so forth. It was much appreciated. And yeah, thanks all of you for coming. I hope that you enjoyed the slight difference compared to what Yellow Belly would have done, and I hope I get an opportunity to do another stream in the future. Thanks, Andrea. That's lovely of you to say that. I'll give you a virtual hug. Thank you. Thanks, FC. Really appreciate it. Now I'm going to wind up this stream. I believe that Mikey's about to get ready. So yeah. Sorry about that, Shadow. Mikey, Mikey's live. I don't know whether you were going to put the link. Oh no, you can't do that, can you? I'm just going to try and put the link to Mike and Janie's live stream into this chat so you can go straight there. Yeah, I'm just trying to do that. Sorry, I'm having a bit of a pregnant pause moment with the connection. Thanks, Anna. Come on, nearly there. Come on. I do apologise. I'm trying, Mikey. I'm just having some of those pauses that you sometimes get when there's a dip in the internet Wi-Fi. Just coming now. Almost there. Thanks, John. Catch. Right, I've just put the link to Mikey Smith's Twitch stream in the chat. So anyone who's interested in going across to them, I believe they're doing a bit of PlayStation and then some classic television. So if you're interested in joining them, just click on that link. And for the rest of you, hope to catch you on YouTube in some form or other soon. Texie88 out.